Zeraffa Giraffa by Diane Hoffman Jane Ray. As you're reading, think about if you could be any animal, which animal would you like to be and why? And don't forget to also think about what happens at the beginning, end, and middle of the story. Across the plains of Africa, where grass grows tall and acacias taste sweet, came the hunters from the great pasture of Egypt and the Sudan. When they captured a small giraffe no taller than the tallest of them, they tied her in a sling to the side of a camel and kept her alive on camel's milk on their journey home. The Pasha was delighted. She is the perfect gift for my friend, the King of France. He appointed his servant boy, Atir, as her keeper and handed him a letter and addressed to the king along with a map. Atir unrolled the map and measured the distance. Paris was very far away. It was beyond the edge of Africa, over the sea on the other side of the world. But first they had to sail down the River Nile. A felucca was built with two elegant sails that seesawed and pivoted to catch the breeze, with an awning to protect the little giraffe from the sun. "I'll name you Zeraffa," Atir whispered as he hung an amulet around her neck. "I'll feed you milk sweet as lake water, and at night I'll roll back the awning so you can look at the stars." Out past the markets of Khartoum they sailed, with the hot haboob wind failing their sails, past the silent giraffe paintings of Luxor, past the lion-faced Sphinx and her pyramids. They sailed past ladies combing their hair with porcupine quills who offered them dates and pomegranates, until they came to the place where the sea sipped up the Nile. Atir led Zeraffa on board a boat bound for France, and at night the sailors sang songs to the beautiful long-necked creature that gazed down at them from between the sails. On the cobblestones of Marseille, people pushed forward for a glimpse of her. The mayor threw up his hands when Atir told him he needed to travel to Paris. "With a giraffe? How? It's impossible. We must consult Monsieur Stravganza, inventor of things extraordinaire." So Monsieur Stravganza drew sketches. He added a propeller here, an extra wheel there. But each time the mayor shook his head. "No, a machine like that will never work. A giraffe carried by a hot air balloon, impossible. We can walk," said Atir, "but Paris is 550 miles away." "Zeraffa has long legs," said Atir. So they set off with guards on horses, a carriage, 2 milk cows, and Atir leading Zeraffa protected by a waxed taffeta cloak. They walked through orchards of almonds and olives, through fields of red poppies, through the vineyards of the Rhone Valley, where the mistral wind blew so cold that the waxed taffeta cloak had to be replaced with a woolen one trimmed with fur. News of the amazing creature soon spread. In Lyon, hundreds of people turned out to see her. By the time they neared Paris, thousands were lining the road, greedy for a glimpse of her. "It's the creature from Africa, Zeraffa of Africa, Zeraffa Giraffa." Children squeezed through the crowds to count her spots. Ladies leant from salon windows to tickle her ears. But Zeraffa took no notice. She strolled down the Champs-Élysées, nibbling the tops of the trees, just as she had done on the plains of Africa. At the Palace of St. Cloud, the Queen organised a soiree. Guests gathered in bristling uniforms and rustling taffeta to admire Zeraffa. "What a handsome creature!" exclaimed the gentlemen. "How sweet she is!" sighed the ladies. "Such long eyelashes! Such a black tongue!" In the Jardin des Plantes, the king had prepared a rotunda with wooden floors and a mosaic of straw on the walls. People came in their thousands to see her. Paris fell in love. They wrote poems and songs. Gardeners clipped giraffe hedges. Bakers baked giraffe biscuits. Dogs wore spotted jackets. Men wore tall hats. Girls wore red ribbons around their necks. Ladies glued long lashes to their lids and twisted their hair up into styles a la giraffe. So high they had to lie down inside their carriages as they rode across Paris to see her. In the evenings, after the crowds had left, the king's granddaughter, Louise Marie Therese, slipped secretly into the garden. She climbed the ladder to the platform, where she stood face to face with Zeraffa and combed her mane and fed her apples. Then she listened as a tear whispered in Zeraffa's ear. He told tales of a hot land far away, where grass grows tall and acacias taste sweet. He whispered stories of a lake and of stars that turn the sky into curdled milk and a hot haboob wind. And they stood in silence and looked out over the lights of Paris. And on those evenings when the air was particularly balmy, all three turned their faces southwards, and on the warm air they felt the kiss of Africa. The end. Did you enjoy that story? Why don't you listen to another one, like Floella Benjamin's Coming to England? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Teach Like Benny. Bye-bye!